You just move in a little bit, Greg.
Oh, I was going to go like that. So
We're live now.
Can I come over the shoulder like the giraffe?
we're live. Welcome everybody. Chief from the Barjar Spares, the Vincey Holmes RC Speedcar Super Series, incorporating the West Oz quarter scale Speedway in WA. Which is the end button where the red button turned off.
It's about 10,000 degrees.
15,000 degrees in here to turn the heater down a bit. Hopefully everyone can hear us all right with this new setup of the microphone for two of us, so it should be okay. So welcome everybody aboard. I've got Showtime Greg Cowie next to me here.
Thank you, Chief.
Do a bit of talking tonight. And we've got a special guest, Jeff Headington, to the back of us here, who's going to do a fair bit of talking on the setups of sprint cars, how they're built. This one, lovely sprint car here, how they're built. We've got a chassis over there, and we've got a couple of little surprise cars as well that he's built up over the over his years and years of building. So that'll be good. It'll be interesting news the next half hour or so. So we'll just get on to the West Oz news for the West Oz quarter scale. The weeds are starting to get a bit angry down at the track there. So this weekend, 19th of June, there's going to be a Busy Bee. So hopefully we can get as many members down to the Busy Bee at 10 a.m. to do a bit of track maintenance, a bit of weeding, and just a lot of stuff which happens over the off-series seasons when it takes over, especially the wet weather, the weeds take over and stuff like that. So we can just keep ahead of it now. It'll make it a lot easier when towards the start of the season won't be so...
Fence needs badly doing, Chief. I was down there a couple of days ago.
Yep. Fence needs badly doing. The white fence needs a few new boards put in.
Yeah, and
some paints.
Yep.
So so we've got to do that, and just a general clean-up around the place. The place is... I think it's up to scratch what we want down there now for the whole
there's not
for
much
the whole complex. It's just a matter of keeping it maintained. Now, John Alford and the previous committees have done a lot of work.
Amazing.
Not just the committee, but the whole club is just
everyone's
pitched in, and we got the best club in Australia, or the best track and the best facility in Australia. So people keep telling us. So just get down there this Saturday and come on down and just do a bit of work and bring the gardening tools down, and many more hands make light work. So unfortunately, Greg won't be down there because he's going away. He's actually
up north.
He's taking the wife out.
Well, it's the other way around, Chief.
The wife's taking Greg out.
So tag along.
He'll just tag along and view the scenery up north.
Yep.
So that's happening this Saturday at 10 a.m. And the up and coming race season's coming. It will be here before we even know it.
I know.
It's June already, and we just finished our other one, and so we need for race days. We definitely need a canteen, and Lynn, who's done a magnificent job in the canteen
4 years, I think, Chief, isn't it?
3 or 4 years.
Yep.
She's done a magnificent job, and she's just put a bit of a back step this year and stood down from managing the canteen. Probably still there to help, but to manage it, she's just taken a bit of back step.
Yep.
So we'd just be out there looking for a canteen manager to run the canteen, to buy the goods during the week or later in the week before the club days, and just we definitely need the canteen up and running, because that's one of the when you speak to people who come down, that is one of the highlights of the track. They always mention how good the food is in the canteen.
Yep.
And how well it is.
I think Gene Kohler said you're the best burgers he's had in
Tony
town.
Gene Kohler even said the best burgers we've had in town. So it's so if anyone's looking at doing that type of job, just ring Jono, or ring the Lynn or Scotty, or just email them on the West Oz Speedway at outlook.com. Just if you're interested in helping out with the canteen. So that's another thing.
Mostly generates 50% of our profit.
50% of the turnover for the club. And that's what keeps us clubs going, because we've always got maintenance on the machinery and the stuff that we
or new equipment
for new equipment for the club to keep the club running. So that's what we have to generate.
Yeah. What's that? I haven't got my glasses on. Hang on, we've got an interlude here. Jeffrey, we need volume.
I need
volume.
Need a bit more volume. We'll come a bit closer to the microphone.
There we go.
We'll talk a bit closer, a bit more cuddly. So thanks for that. Thanks, Tim, I think it was, who was
Good.
struggling to hear us. Levels seem to be a bit low, or turn your volume up on your phone.
I think my voice is a bit low. I need some lubrication.
Yeah, need some lubrication. The next thing happening with the West Oz Quarter Scale is the AGM, 25th of July. This is a massive meeting for the club to function. Yeah. It's a lot of people have stood down this year through being on there for a while, and just to give give a bit of a new lease of life for the club and to run the club. So all the paperwork should be out, and I think they've got till the 25th, I think, of this month to get your agenda items up, and in so we can talk about those. And this is the meeting where all the decisions are made on how the club operates, and the voting in of the committee, the president, and all that type of stuff. So it's a the engine room, Chief. The engine room of the club is a very important meeting to attend. So that's the 25th of July at 10 a.m. down at our club room, down at Gemma Road in Henderson there. Everyone who can turn up, make sure you can turn up and have your voice for the club, for the future of the club. So
if you can get your things in earlier, because Lynn does have to print it up, then it's got to be resent out to all the members, so you know exactly. So it'll be prior to our AGM, you'll get a notice with all the rule changes and all the rule changes. So it gives you time to have a look, see whether you agree, disagree.
So we're not making instant decisions on the day.
That's right. So you can make a good, clear, and precise decision. It's not just a guess and say, we'll just do that.
Had to think about it, talk about like that.
So it's important. Get them in early, please, so Lynn's got a bit of time.
Yeah, so that's 25th of July at 10 a.m. There'll be a bit of a bit of a sausage sizzle afterwards when we have a bit of a talk to the people who run the club, who'll be running the club, and voice you have have a good day down there for the future of this club. Big thanks to Big Kev in America. He's the Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network. He putting all videos up of the late models, and that's all they really. They got about 3 divisions of late models, and I think they run pro dirt mods or dirt mods, and about 3 different classes of dirt mods. And some of them racing is
pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty. Their track's pretty small, but it's pretty awesome racing. And he always gives our show a plug.
Good on you, Kev.
Every time Big Kev
and his brother.
Yeah, every time Big Kev comes on, and just have a listen to what he says, and just drop him a line, because if you drop him a message, he'll definitely get back to you real quick. If he's, as I said, there's a bit of a time difference over there, but you can just go to his Big Kev's Facebook page, which is the Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network in America.
I see they had 100 lapper there.
They do some strange stuff over there.
Yeah.
So what I might do is just give somebody a ring and get them online, have a bit of a chat to what happened over the weekend. So everybody who knows there was a big meeting over Easter on the weekend, so
Good evening, Chief.
Jeff, how you going?
Not too bad, mate.
This is everybody out there. This is Jeff Booth from the president of the Ludderton Quarter Scale Speedway in New South Wales. So how you going there, Jeff?
Not too bad, mate.
I've got Showtime Greg Cowie next to me and Jeff Headington in the background there, so we'll be throwing a few questions at you.
Jeffrey, good to hear from you. Haven't seen you for a long time.
Oh, come on, you weren't that long ago.
Oh, well, it seems a long time.
Yeah, we all know.
Well, I'm getting old, so any time's a long time.
That's the problem with this COVID stuff. We haven't been able to see all our mates around Australia, so.
Yeah, well, I'd like to get back over there again. I'd love it.
Yeah,
love that track.
Gee, it was great to see, Jeff. I must say, nearly had a tear in the eye thinking, I was very envious I wasn't over there. Track looked amazing.
Well,
looked good.
Mate, you got the October. We got the Australian titles in October, so
I know.
You guys are all welcome.
I'm going away with the wife this weekend, Jeffrey. I don't
brownie.
normally go away, so I'm getting brownie points, so it will be on the agenda when I speak to her over the weekend.
In October.
I'll tell her about October.
Mate.
So Jeff, how long?
A lot of interest for it.
Yeah, it's good.
So Jeff, how long have you been involved in Quarter Scale? I know it's been a while, but how long have you been involved in Quarter Scale?
Probably about 10, 15 years.
Okay.
Quarter Scale. I've been in radio control cars from 12th scale right up through all the scales
Yep.
since about 1980.
Okay.
So that's what, 40 odd years.
Yep.
It's a long time.
So you've been around a long time. So,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I've been in, from 12th scale, as I say, right through to 5th scale on roads and
Yep.
10th scale.
Okay.
Everything.
So you've been through them all. So
Been through them all.
Yeah.
Gone back, got rid of all the others. Come back to the Speedway.
Yeah,
I'm an old Speedway guy, so I love Speedway.
Yeah. So you've just come off a big weekend of the New South Wales State Open Championships. How was the weekend, and how are the place getters and winners there?
Well, they were all good. It was a good roll up. We had 49 cars.
Oh. Okay.
For over 6 classes, we ran the inaugural wingless. We've never run wingless before. We've started a new class. Wingless was Gavin Sadler from Queensland took it out. Brian Williams, Queensland.
Yep.
And Vic Belfenton from South Australia was in third.
Oh, okay.
Which was a good,
mix,
wasn't
Jeff.
many cars for that class, but it's relatively new. So that's not too bad.
Yep.
We don't have any at the moment, but we got some guys that are interested in them, so it'll take off.
Yeah. And speed cars?
Speed cars, what do we have in speed cars? We had Johnny Wiggins again, always. He loves that class.
He loves it.
He
I'll let you know
loves that
too, Jeff.
class. That's just, I think it's 2 years running, or maybe 3 years running he's won that.
Oh, the AMCAs?
Amcars was 3, yep.
Oh, yeah.
The AMCAs, he does the AMCAs. Yeah. Brian Williams, Queensland, he came down, he's doing well.
Yep.
And New South Wales, Ian Sweeney, he also goes on to Queensland too, so he's a good one.
Yep. Beautiful.
The AMCAs, Wiggins again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweeney and Brian Hunt, local.
Okay.
Good.
So that wasn't too bad.
Yep.
And then what do we have? What was next?
Late models?
Late models. We had Gavin Sadler from Queensland, Vic from South Australia, and Johnny Wiggins
Good on you, Vic.
from Vic.
Oh, yeah, from Johnny Wiggins got another one.
Good.
Yes, and then the sprint cars was Dale.
Okay.
Took it out.
Come over from Perth to.
Yeah, he came over, but that was going to be a very close race.
Yeah.
With Luke Williams.
He was quick, Jeff. He was very quick, wasn't he? Yep.
He was absolutely quick.
Yep.
Even Dale, commented, mate, there was once he got past me, there was no way in the world I was going to catch him.
He was quick.
Yeah.
Jacob Herbert was second.
Yep.
And Rob Lowe from New South Wales in third.
Right, okay.
But there was one young guy in there that won it in 18.
Yep, I was there then.
Was a young kid. Was 8-year-old when he won it in 18.
Yep.
Right, now he was qualified third.
Yep.
Right on the line, on the start, he had mechanical problems.
Was that Jeff Addison's, is that his cousin or grandson somewhere along the line?
Jacob's son.
Yeah, Jacob, that's it. Yep.
Lucas.
Yep. Mate, I was impressed. He could drive, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Showed an old bloke like me how to do it.
He hasn't run since 2018.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
He gave it away. His dad was getting his car ready for the weekend.
Yep.
And walked out into the workshop and she said, "Dad, can you do my car too?"
Well, that's
Come
good.
out and he's a gun, mate.
He is a gun.
When he first ran the sprint car, mate, everyone at our track was just amazed.
Yeah.
How under control he was.
Yeah.
He doesn't get flustered.
No.
Yeah, for a 12-year-old kid, well, he was 8 then, but he's 10, 12 now.
Yeah.
Mate, he's unbelievably to watch.
It's good. The sport's in pretty good hands then, Jeff.
Oh, mate, he's good.
Yep.
He's good. So
and Luke Williams, he's only a young boy.
Luke
so
is going to be, it was just
gonna be
unlucky. It was
Yep.
just very unlucky that he didn't take it out because he was flying.
Yep.
As I say, he went past Dale, and Dale said, well, once he passed him, he said, "No way in the world I'd catch him."
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was gone,
Late models.
and he came from way back in the pack. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's unusual for someone to come from way back, to get through just through the traffic. Not through attrition of cars falling out.
Yeah.
But it was a good meeting. A few little hiccups here and there, but
You're always going to have
everything
that.
went okay.
Yeah.
The Queenslanders were good. They're all coming back. A lot of them are
Right.
first time they've been there.
Yeah, it's good to see
Yep.
the guys travelling as well. That right now, it's hard to make a commitment to travel right now, but it's good
We
to see these guys
lost a couple. Yeah, we lost a couple out of Victoria that couldn't get out. They were locked down because they were right in around the Melbourne area.
Okay,
Yeah, that will change. But that's Victoria. They don't seem to know what they're doing down there.
Oh, we're a bit the same, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, someone sneezes and we shut the border, so that scared a few away from us as well.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, New South Wales left all the borders open and said, right, you can get across. You got the passes and everything else.
Yep.
And Johnny Wiggins didn't have any problem. A couple of others didn't have any problem getting across. But it was good.
Yeah,
Good
that's
to
good.
see
We had some good sponsors too. So which helped us.
Give them all a plug. Give the guys a plug.
Yeah, Johnny Wiggins from Baja was our main primary sponsor, which is always comes along. Johnny's a good bloke.
Yep.
And Jason Lowry from Black Knight was the secondary sponsor from Queensland. He brought along a few things, so he was okay.
Yep.
Tony Loxley from Full Throttle Publishing.
Yeah, he takes some awesome photos.
Oh, he might get hold of some of his books.
Yep.
He's got a lot of Speedway books, and he's supported us for a number of years now. And he continually longs on. He just says, "Come along, give us a box of books." All the winners took home a book each.
Yep.
And they're not cheap books, but
No, they're about 600 pages or something, aren't they? Pretty. That
400 pages of colour photos in them,
Well,
and a lot of writing on them.
I'm in the printing industry, and I know how much books cost to produce, and that was awesome.
Yeah, they're all up and around. Yeah, Tony's books are magic. I've got a number of them. He does a lot of also posters, which Dale will show you one that I presented. That was part of my deal. I presented Dale with a poster of all the super modifieds and sprint cars from the 80s to 19.
Yep.
Which is all painted out by, I can't think of his name now. He paints them up, and then they do the posters.
Yep.
So they're always helpful. Dale Pike Storm, he also came in as a sponsor. Yep. Philip 10 of KIR Quarter Scale was also as a sponsor. So
he might
it helped us.
He's a good guy, Phil.
He'll probably get a mention a bit later on in this show with Jeff Headington.
Yep.
So
Phil's very been busy at his work. He can't get away from it so much. He hasn't been racing a lot. With the COVID, it's affected his business because there was a lot of machinery had been shut down. He's a machinery shop, and all the customers came back and says, "Hey, we need parts. We're starting back our machinery back up." So it's put him way behind on a lot of things.
Yeah,
and parts wise, but we've been going well. We're going small membership, but it looks like we've gained about 4 members from the weekend.
Oh, ripper, that's great.
Do you feel like it's going to start? You're going to start gaining a bit of momentum in the club with the getting a few more members and stuff like that. It's we've one of the guys had a second-hand sprint car for sale, so that went. Then it looks like John Wiggy has sold a couple of I think 2 or 3 dirt mods.
Oh, good, excellent.
So that's gained a few more. We're looking all right.
Oh, that's good, Jeff. sorry, just to paint a picture, a lot of people from WA haven't been over there. So you're in a miniature railway park, and you're pretty well governed by what they do. Where we're lucky, we're pretty well on our own, even though we're with the Warms, but they let us run our own race. So it's not quite so easy for you over there, is it? You've got a lot of people you've got to answer to.
No, we're part of a Sydney Society of Model Engineers.
That's the word.
Which has, they have in the park. There's a flying field. There's a controlled line flying field. There's steam trains that run around a track.
Yep.
There's an off-road track.
Yep.
There's a boat pond.
Yep. And you're only allowed you're only allowed to there at certain times, aren't you? Yep.
We only race once a month at the last when the park is open, but we're open to it any time we want to race.
Good. Okay.
We can race any time we want. A few years ago, we were out of lights at the moment.
Yep.
Lights don't work for night, so we can't run nights.
Okay.
But we are any time we want to run. There's no problem. Members can go in any time they want.
Okay.
We're not restricted. But they've got tether cars. They've also got tether cars.
Yeah, they're
they've got
amazing
everything.
to watch. They're quite great.
Yeah.
So, and when I was there in 18, you there was rumours that you had to get out of the park. They were going to sell it for an airport or something like that. Is that gone now? You're there for good for a while now?
The airport's just over the hill.
Yep.
Which is due to open in 26, 27. Yep. They're at the moment they're negotiating a sale of the park.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, which will be they're negotiating the deals of how it will progress of payments and everything else.
Okay.
So that's in the process.
Gee, it makes it hard, Jeff.
We'd still be there for minimum 5 years.
Oh, that's good. Excellent.
And in the process, at the same time, we'll be building a new place.
Oh, good. In the park, near the park?
A new park.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, good.
So we would have, in that process, we'd have all new facilities.
Yep.
New track, new lighting,
great,
everything new, and then we would sort of progress from the old place to the new place.
Oh, that's good. You get a
so
start.
It'll all be done in over a period of time, and then each section will be able to move across and move in as it gets built. The new place gets built. So, within 5 years, we reckon that'll be.
Okay, that's good. Great to see you.
And did you race at all, Jeff? Did you race on the weekend?
Yeah, so
and how did you go?
I've got a sprint car.
Yep.
It wasn't going that crash hot, but I got tagged, I think, and then put into the wall.
Oh, okay.
But that's part and parcel of racing.
You still had fun, Jeff.
Part and parcel of racing.
As long as you had fun, that's the main thing.
Yeah, one of the heats, there's a nice photo of me in mid-air, I think Tony's put up there. He just laughed when he took the photo and he says, I think I've got you in the mid-air. So,
that's great, Jeff.
But that's part and parcel of racing. You never always go perfect. And, I bought a midget, I picked it up from Wiggy on Thursday. So it was a mad rush to sort of get that going.
Yep.
So working around getting a midget. I wanted to get into something else. Yep. I'm not one of these Bajas ones at the moment.
No, we know what you're saying.
People have offered me a driver one. I said, no, thanks, don't want to.
Fair enough.
That's all right.
So playing around with a midget, I think that's a bit of fun.
Yeah, good. So obviously you got a big meeting coming up in, I think, October. You mentioned the Australian Open Championship.
Yes, the 1st to the 4th of October.
1st to the 4th. Is that a long weekend over there?
That's a long weekend over here.
Okay,
so we'll be running the practice on the Friday for interstaters, as we always do. I think most people do, is run the open practice for a couple of hours and prepare the track. Saturday, Sunday would be racing. We'll get as many heats as we can get in on the Saturday and do a couple of heats on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And the Monday is a rain day if we need it. or if we need to push it over, we'll push it over to the Monday.
Okay then. And
So,
what's the accommodation and stuff like that for guys who want to travel over, like Cowie and these guys who will probably come over? What's the accommodation like in where you around near the track and stuff like that?
oh, there's plenty of different places of caravan parks and motels around the area.
It's got to be 5-star for Cowie, but
I know, we're at the Penrith League Club. It's great. Les and I were there all night betting away.
Penrith is not far away.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, mate, you can pitch your tent on the place. There's no problem there.
No
you
chance.
just camp under Wiggy's bus.
That's it.
Yeah, Wiggy had his bus there. Jason Griffiths was there, and he put his caravan there,
Good.
and he camped for the weekend. So and one of the other Victorians camped in a tent.
Yeah.
Good.
And the best one was they had a little pup tent for the Williams boys, Brian and Luke. They had a pup tent.
Yeah.
And they stepped out in the open. And I said, well, why didn't you go in the shed? And he says, no, you could have put it in the shed. He said, no, we just put the electric blanket on.
Things have changed,
Yeah,
Jeff.
things have changed old camping these days.
It's just this little pup tent, and the pair of them got in the pup tent, put the electric blanket on. They said, no, we were nice and warm. Ended up having to throw blankets off.
Oh, gee, the things that people do for camping now, it's like just a home away from home these days.
Yeah, no, we had a good weekend. It was good to catch up with a lot of people. Brian hadn't been down for a while. I think the last time Luke was down, he was 16.
Okay,
He's now 19, so...
Yeah.
It was good to catch up.
Time.
Brian will be back. He's a great character, Brian.
Yeah.
Love guy. I like getting along with him.
Yeah.
We always have a joke and a laugh, stir each other up. Dale's the same. You can stir him up.
Oh, that's what the hobby needs. That's what the sport needs. You know, just a bit of fun, and it's a family orientated sport, but you can't take the fun out of it, because if you not having fun, it gets pretty hard.
I picked up. Dale sent his gear over in transport, and I went and picked it up for him. And when I gave it out to him, took it out to the track for him, I said, someone said, what are you doing with Dale's gear? And I said, well, it doesn't matter. I've only put a little bit of sugar in his tank.
Good boy.
The funny look I got out of Dale was
You should have opened the box up and took the car out.
I did. I had all the gear. I took all the box, took everything out of the box. I've still got his car in the boot of my car to take it to transport tomorrow. So I was talking to Dale earlier, and I thought, I think I've taken a few bits off it for you.
Yeah.
Change the settings for you, so you won't know what you've got.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
He just laughed. Yeah, it's good to have some joke here and there with some of these guys.
That's right.
And you make it serious, it's not worth it.
Nah, exactly.
It's not worth it. You take it as it comes.
That's what we're all in it for, just fun. And you take your racing seriously, but you got to have the fun between the races.
Oh, you always take your racing serious.
Yeah.
But there was one of our guys who I was dicing with. We were both side by side going into a corner, and we were right on each other. We were just touching each other going through the corners. And we come off the driver's stand after the race, and we were both laughing our heads off because how close we were and how much trust we had in each other.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I was below him, and he didn't come down on me, and I didn't go up on him.
Yeah.
And we both got out into the back straight, and we were just side by side, virtually all the way down the straight. And as I say, at the end of the race, we just burst out laughing at each other.
That's good to see.
It's magic when you can trust someone like that.
Oh, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
It's good, and we had the sprint car race was magic to watch.
Yeah, some of the videos where they sent over here, or someone posted up on Facebook, the racing looked pretty good. So
yeah, and it was good. Everyone in the sprint car race was all capable drivers and knew what to do.
Yeah,
and you could trust. I could trust. There was 12 cars in the sprint car, and you could trust. I could trust every single one of them.
Yeah,
okay.
That they would not. If I was underneath them or I was out wide, they wouldn't push out wide.
Yeah. So
that's when you get a good race.
that's when you're good racing.
And you come off the stand, and you say, right, that was fine.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a race where you're stopping every 2 laps because
No, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah,
stuff, so.
Yeah, it was just through attrition of some doing gears and some, just going a little bit wide and collecting the fence, and they're just part and parcel of sprint cars. Exactly. You get offline with a sprint car, and you got no way in the world of catching it. No way in the world of catching it. No. It's gone before you even think about it, even touching the brakes. Because they're just nothing. That's
right. Okay, Jeff, well, it's good to catch up with you, and I just wanted to see how the other side of Australia operate and their clubs. And as I said, I do these shows just to promote the quarter scale fraternity around Australia, just to get more cars on tracks and stuff like that. So and just to get the quarter scale name out there. So,
well, there's a new track in Victoria starting up, and shouldn't be far away either, in Hallam.
Yeah.
That will be a goer.
Yeah.
I've seen some photos of that, and that is magic track. It looks good. It's about the same size as ours and about the same size as yours. So you get the tracks that are much the same, similar, different, probably a different surface.
Yep.
It's good for everyone. We'll travel to Hallam. From what I gathered, they've got a big membership.
So hopefully we'll get to see you over here, and we'll hopefully get over to see you over there sometime. And
I'd love to get back over there. I'm a pensioner these days.
Oh,
you know what a pensioner's like. It's very hard to do anything.
Normally get out of bed in the morning. It's hard enough.
Well, we were prepared to go out. We were after 19 in Adelaide. A lot of us were prepared to go to WA. We were working out how we were going to get a bus, or we were going to get some way. A group of us go over to come over, and
then COVID
you joined another association, which
okay.
Now, we don't go
no comment.
Yeah, fair enough.
One day we'll all be one, Jeffrey. One day
we'll all be.
One day, hopefully, but I've been there. Rob Lowe and I have been over there 3 times, and we come away from there, and we always say it to everyone. Go to WA, you get the first chance you get.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
It's best facility in Australia. Magic racing. I loved racing on that track.
And that's good to hear from guys who have visited the place. It's great to hear stuff like that.
Oh, mate. I wish we could build something like that, and I hope we can. Once we get the new park going. I'd love to build another track like that.
Yeah, not a problem.
Righto, Jeff.
Okay, Jeff. Thanks.
You guys take care and get your gear packed up.
Okay, well.
Book your tickets.
Done.
Pikey's already booked his plane fare, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
okay.
I would have. Yeah.
So
get yourselves organised. Come over, mate. You'll have a fun day.
Fun weekend. That's it. Okay.
Fun weekend, mate. You'll love it.
Okay, Jeff. Thanks for your 15 minutes, and hopefully we'll get in touch when closer to the Australian Championships. I'll get you back online again. We'll have a bit more of a talk up about it.
Yes, not a problem.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jeff.
See you, Boothie.
Thanks.
See you, mate.
See you,
Thanks, Cheese. Thanks, Crowie.
See you, mate.
See you, bye.
See you, Jeff. Bye.
That was Jeff Booth from New South Wales in the Ludlam
good man.
quarter scale
Loves his
Speedway.
Speedway.
Loves his quarter scale, obviously, and sounds like there's a fair bit happening over there as well with a new track or getting sold or stuff like that.
Yeah, because they've been under a lot of pressure to do something.
It seems to happen with a lot of clubs these days, the pressure of landlords and
we're very lucky,
where
Chief.
they are
very
and
lucky.
stuff like that. So no, it's good to get Jeff online and have a bit of a chat with.
Obviously, he hasn't raced with you. There's
Obviously.
no way you and I can go down that main straight together, Chief.
Only
Because
'cause
I
your
always
car-
end up over the
Only
fence.
because your car turned right
Well, it does.
for no reason.
It does have a mind of its
So
own.
yeah, so that was good. That was good to get Jeff on and
it's good
have
man.
a bit of a talk and just
Loves his
let you
Speedway.
know what's happening over east. And congratulations to Dale as well for travelling
it's great. Big
over
effort.
to. It's a hard effort to travel to a new track, to a different track, and
It's more the tyres
and
are the
win.
thing.
So-
And I know Pikey makes his own tyres, so it makes him a bit hard. He's really set up for us.
Yeah, I was looking at the photos.
Photos you can see,
what tyres he was using.
he manufactures them and tweaks them to try and get them to work. But
no, it's great, great effort, Dale, for winning
well
another championship.
started off outside front.
You'll
So
be the man to watch in October, obviously. As I say,
defend his title.
number one, that's big. Usually has a big target on it.
Yep,
So
exactly.
hopefully, good luck when you defend your title. Hopefully, there'll be a few from WA
Well,
going over.
I'm sure there will.
So I know Cowie's itching to go.
I'm itching. Yep.
Just got to get. He's itching to get out of it. He's itching to go travelling somewhere.
That's right. They need to get away.
So yeah. So that's good to see Jeff online tonight. So that was great.
Yep.
Speedcar Super Series just cruising along. Should be a few announcements coming soon.
Good.
When we get it organised a bit more and just work out a few things. So that's just cruising along and it'll be good.
Yep.
So now what we'll do, we'll bring on Jeff.
Jeffrey. So I'll get out and he can come in.
Jeff Headington.
Come on.
He's going to give us a bit of an insight into sprint car racing.
And others.
Greg will be here asking some questions. Welcome aboard, Jeff.
G'day, Chief. Thanks for having us.
Probably get a bit closer because it's not that sound.
That's what he said. No.
Well, I thought I'll get you in tonight to just explain what goes into building quarter scale sprint cars and speed cars and other stuff that you have built. So the main thing is to produce something like this. Obviously, it's that's a chassis or a chassis kit, I suppose you call it. So that's what's got to be built, and that's made out of
4130 049 chromoly.
chromoly. And is that all they make them out of, or that's the strongest metal around?
No, I built two cars, Greg's myself, out of 35 thou chromoly, but it's like tissue paper.
Okay.
But, still got that car. Greg sold his on, but
Are
mainly
they stronger or weaker or?
same strength but just lighter.
Okay. Yeah.
I find I've crashed them plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think for a customer base these days is 49 thou chromoly for a sprint car.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything else but bar chromoly.
Some do though, Jeffrey. Some
You
don't
would-
do it. They do it out of
People
standard
will-
roll.
A lot of people have their budgets and stuff,
That's
which is good. And there's a little bit of difference between price and materials, but I think chromoly just lasts a lot longer.
Is chromoly harder to get, or is it all as accessible to get?
You can
or?
get it if Go Gear has got it,
Okay.
or you just order it from Sydney.
Yeah. So it's always available
Yeah.
then. And like to build up something like you've got here, this chassis, what would be the time frame? You bend it all up, obviously, and
Yep.
weld it all up, being a professional welder as you are. But to build that up, not rushing it or just doing it, what would be a time frame?
I got about 38 to 40 hours in this one,
Okay. Yeah.
just working things out. Greg and I have been talking, we're changing things.
Yep.
To make it a little bit better to suit him and
Yeah.
get it spot on to what he wants and what the customer requires.
And this car is obviously built to Greg's specifications, but this is a true quarter scale,
True
Yep.
quarter scale.
true quarter scale
Spot
sprint
on.
car, gone off
Everything.
a J-
Maxima.
a Maxima
No,
or
it was
a
a triple X.
triple X chassis. Oh, there seems to be a
Yeah.
chassis. What's
Yeah.
happening over here? So in the full size things.
Yeah.
So you've measured one up, done everything,
Yep.
and
Yep.
So it's exactly quarter scale. This is obviously a torsion bar car.
Torsion bar car, yeah.
So
Torsion
you-
bar rear and front.
You get torsion bar cars, you get coil cars, but I think
Yeah.
the torsion bar cars are pretty
The common one.
most,
yeah.
most popular
Yeah.
over here, which what I've seen around the place.
We've tried a few things in the past. We've put a panel bar on the rear, but I've gone back to a ladder, so
Yeah.
it seems to work for our
Yeah.
track surface, really.
Okay. And I know you want to do a fair bit of testing. You build a new car, take it to the track, wouldn't do what you want to do. Take it home, chop it up, come down, spend $1 million on powder coating and
Yeah,
chop the
that's
front
it,
end off
yeah.
and change something. So obviously you've got a bit of an idea of what things actually make the car change.
Yeah, well, I did it one year. It was between the state title Friday and Saturday night. I went and chopped my car up on the Saturday morning. Spent a couple of hours in the shed after the meeting and
Yeah.
decided to chop it up.
Okay, so that's the basic what you've got to build. Now to get this car up and running, you've got to obviously buy the parts for it.
Yep.
So
I buy all my parts from KIA Quarter Scale in Sydney.
from
Filippo
Phil
there.
10s
There's
So,
my
yeah.
diff. Look at that master. That is.
over there.
Have a look at that bad boy. That's
So
one
that's a quick change
quick change diff.
from Philip 10,
Yep.
KIR
KIR.
quarter scale.
Yep.
That's probably $1,500 diff, I'd say, something like that.
$12.50.
No,
$12.50.
$12.50. Yep.
So, and
Yep.
do you change the gears much in the back, or
You can do.
You
Yeah,
can
you can do. Yeah, but it's a bit hard at the moment. We have ordered some different size cogs to go in the back, but he's flat out.
yeah? So
He's filled. So, but we'll get some more. Yep. So you can change them. You can interchange in different ratios.
so you've got the diff, you've got the steering,
Yep.
the front axle assembly.
Front end. It's from VGR. This is from
GVR.
Yep.
So it's a GVR front end. isn't it?
GVR. Yep.
With Phil 10 hubs.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Goes that way. Sort of that way.
Yeah. So you've
Yep.
got the axle,
Yep.
the whatever they are there,
Stub axles.
Sub axles,
Yeah, they're already
and
10
the hubs.
degrees, 10 to 12 degrees.
They come with the front axle.
Yeah.
that Sergio Faseko makes,
Yep. And
which suits KI racing hubs.
Yep.
okay, yep. And you've
Sergio makes the radius rods for
all the
Greg.
radius rods and
Yep. Yep.
all the rose joints and stuff like that,
Fancy
Yep.
black ones.
rod ends and stuff like that. So
And
that's the
mine.
front end,
Yep.
and then you've got this part here.
I've got a brake. This is a brake from KIR.
KIR.
So
KIR brake system. Okay.
brake system. Yep. So that goes into that goes in here. Jeffrey can put it in.
It's a full aluminium 6061 or something
Yeah.
with bar jar brakes.
Oh, it's got a bar jar brake system on it.
Yep. The pads and everything,
So they're available.
which mounts into the back of the car. 4 bolts hold it in, which gives the engine a balanced out.
Yep. And then the diff.
No bolts on the engine, just lets the car flex a little bit more.
We go in that way. That goes onto there.
So you got the diff there,
Diff there, and there's a
and the unit joint up
joint
in
in
the
front.
front there.
Yep.
So
Then you got your throttle bell.
Yep.
Your throttle servos mounted in here. Steering in here, steering out the side this time, which Greg bought from Storm Race Cars a while ago. So we fitted that in now as one of his requirements.
parts
you.
falling around here.
That's all right.
But yeah, few hours.
So all in all, so everything bolts once it's like that. Everything
Yep.
bolts in obviously, and then you just get your radio gear.
Yeah, wherever you want to buy it from. I buy a lot of mine from Bar Jar Spares in Melbourne there.
Yep.
I find they're pretty successful with what he sells me, so I have no dramas.
Yep.
Everyone has their options.
Oh, that's right. And then after that, you end up with a
Something like that. How magnificent! That,
magnificent.
that is the best looking. Well, it's going to be the second best because I think mine will get better than this. Hopefully. How good's that? That is a magnificent bit of equipment, Jeffrey. Should be very proud of yourself. Amazing car.
So that's a full.
That's a full. That's a full
load-
kitted.
Full kitted up
Yep.
quarter scale sprint car. It's got. I'd say it's got aluminium panels,
Yep.
fiberglass bonnet on it, fiberglass tank.
Jeff makes all these. As
Jeff
well.
makes
Does all
the
them.
fuel
Yep.
tanks in the back. I think they made or.
No, we change them around. You
change
can
them
have
around.
them in the back. We used to, but we're now changing that. We're doing a couple of different things to move the weight around, Chief. So-
Okay. And if you notice this car here, they've actually.
Yep.
He's actually put the motor in sideways.
Yeah, it's pretty innovative.
So
Jeffrey.
just to try something
Just
different.
To try something different. Yep.
And
A few people have done that. So I just tried to do it for myself.
yeah.
A little bit different.
So, and it just runs a normal. It runs a normal steering, exactly the same as a sprint car, a full-size sprint car down the. He tried ones with a servo up the front,
Front, yeah. No.
but I think he's having more success with the other ones, with the come down the side.
Wheels, Bishop.
So
Jeff?
Bishop
wheels. you
Bishop
can buy 'em.
wheels
Bishop wheels.
Yep.
from. How do they get to?
They're still pretty hard to get. Yeah. So I like to go direct, but there is a guy in in Queensland where you can go through, but.
Yeah.
I buy slicks for mine, like a lot of the guys do.
So
And then we
you
groove them
yourself,
up. Got our
groove
own
up to
grooving
how you want
machine.
to groove
Yep,
them up.
yep.
So,
Yep.
so
So-
that's one of a hell of a looking sprint car.
Sprint
That
car.
one, it's a lovely car. That's
Yep.
it's one. Just the thing with Jeff, his presentation of cars. I think he's won Best presented in Queensland, Victoria, Sydney, everywhere he goes, he wins the best presented car. And that's the sprint car. Now we'll just take that one away. This is how
The sponsors in there.
this little baby here
This little girl.
is everybody's. Everybody loves it when they see it. This is a quarter scale sidecar,
Yep.
3-wheel sidecar. Now, okay, Jeff, what can you tell us about this car? This bike's a trike.
Trike.
Come on. Can we take that?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a. This is actually a. To try to keep the budget down, if people wanted to buy them, it's 50-50. 50% chrome ollie, 50% hydraulic tube
And what is the chrome molly is
on the chair.
on the chair? Yep. Okay, the chair.
Because that normally takes the hardest hit. Because
Takes the hammering.
if you look underneath, I have tested it, so I changed it. So now I've changed all the ones I'm building to chrome ollie in the chair.
Yep.
It's got a grinder drive. I think Les Bletchin or someone designed the grinder drive.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're off a.
And that's the original one actually I bought from him.
they're
Just
off an.
He actually designed it.
They're off an angle
clever.
grinder.
Yep,
At the
rock-
head of an angle grinder.
4-inch rock grinder.
And you just pull them apart and make a few gears up for them.
Yeah, put your clutch bell to the shaft for them, and
Yep.
Yep. And this has a
23cc Zenoa in this one.
23cc engine in it. And it's got obviously a front sprint car tyre for the rear.
Yep.
And just a wheel which you can
So-
I think in buy off eBay.
Yeah, you bought some yourself.
Yeah, I've got some here. And
Yep.
that's the same as the front one.
Yep.
And obviously you've had to do a bit of engineering to get these to go around the track.
Track, yeah, not easy.
Yeah, I've had a solid chair wheel, sort of a little bit bouncy on the track. You know, it's a bit rough like normal, but
Yep.
so I put a suspension on the side, pivot point, and that seems to work the best for me, how I drive.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just got normal amp car shocks on the front.
Yep.
I think the rear shocks are only $50 from Hobby Shop.
They're only small
Yeah,
stock, aren't they?
you make all your hubs and that.
The handlebars, Chief.
Yeah, handlebars.
You know, you make what machinery you got, and that's what I've done. So
Yeah.
I think the hard thing with these is you don't have the guys on there to
No,
move
that's
the
right, to move
rate
around.
around. Yeah,
That's
so they're
it.
very hard to.
So you've
get
obviously
to go
had
around.
to
put a balance wheel on it.
I see
Yeah.
about your balance wheel on here. You got the
Yeah.
fuel tank at the back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's obviously very critical where you place
Place
Yes.
the weight.
fuel tank, battery box,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all that,
Yeah.
just to try and get the weight,
Yeah.
the weight right on them. And obviously the track would have to be pretty smooth.
Yeah, I think one night we had to run around the end, and the track was a little bit rough, but it went around really good.
Yeah.
So it must have been an electrical issue, but yeah, no, I mean, it's like to make that. Is the tail tank on?
Yep.
To make this plug for this to get the fiberglass on was, I think, 4 nights shaping it, aluminium, welding it, sanding it,
It's bloody
adding
clever.
bits on.
Oh, okay.
You know, to get
People
the
don't
shapes
realise.
we got.
Yeah.
Even the chair and the nose cone, it's like 2 weeks work in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually,
Mate,
That's the hardest part.
it does look like
A lot of work.
a sidecar. That's
Yeah.
what amazes me.
So how much would you retail one of them for, Jeff?
Not confirmed yet, but
Yep.
Clayton Mills is nearly, 3/4 done. He's ordered one, so
Drainage, yeah, that's
Mills
great.
drainage.
I ordered one in 2018. How's that coming along?
the frame's all been up the same stage. Wink, wink. But yeah, no, it's something I think I went to Adelaide and I just had enough of the sprint cars, and now I just want to get my sidecar going. That's when we went to Ben Higgs track, and
Yep.
I thought, nah, it needs to be bigger to make it drive better. And
Yep.
so I went, nah. It's just what you think about at night, sitting there, and you just design something you can come up with.
I actually saw one on a photo on the weekend. I think.
yeah,
I think
saw
there's
that there,
there's
yeah.
one
I
on
don't know how that
display.
went. We'll have to ask
I don't know
Mikey,
if
you
it-
might have seen it.
Don't know
see
if
how
it went on the track, but
No.
I
Yeah, I
saw it
that. I was
had
gonna
a
say to
had a
Jeff,
display on there.
Yep.
But
I had to go a bit longer wheelbase to make the things balance. The shorter, when they were short, they were tipping over too much.
Yep.
yeah,
It's
okay,
hard to drive. But I got mine around.
yeah.
But
So
Right.
you've got one, a full one ready to go. Guido's got one.
yep,
Craig Stewart, I think,
It's got one.
got
Yeah,
one,
he's
one.
got
in,
Yep.
in the workshop somewhere.
Yep.
So there's 3 in WA that we know of. So
and I got another 5 bases tacked together, ready to put on until
oh
someone
yeah.
wants them. Really,
So going back to your sprint car, if someone's interested, what sort of money would they be looking at to get a complete roller, diff, the whole lot, Jeff? Roughly, just rough figures. Won't hold it to it.
I mean, 5 to 5.8, really.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the sort of dollars you're looking
That's
at.
for a brand new
one.
Brand new.
With the
Fully
dollars
kit-
of the wheels and that now, unless you
Yeah.
get someone to make them. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good price. You can see how long they take. It's amazing.
you
I don't even know how they do
you
it.
work out
Like-
38 to 40 hours. It's
Yeah.
not much money.
No, they make $20 an hour if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It's one
Yeah.
of those things that's
But you do it because you love it.
you
Love
never
it.
get your money back on
Nah.
anything you do in
Speedway,
speedway and
yeah.
stuff, or if you build up hot rods and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
never get the money you throw back into them. So,
Yep.
so that gives you a bit of an insight into sprint cars, quarter scale sprint cars, what they actually how they run, what componentry they run in them. They've also come a fair way in the last few years, and the presentation of the
amazing,
cars over the last 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
is picked up. You know, it's not just Jeff. His car looks immaculate all the time, but everybody's car these days, it's yourself. You're always the bling factor person, and you got all the good gear and stuff like that, and it just makes the whole quarter scale hobby
Yeah.
more attractive for
Attractive,
people to come down and
We just see you got 12 of them on the track. There's $60,000-$70,000.
yeah, it's scary when you
do
talk
the
about
numbers,
that. You don't realise how much money that people have got tied up
tied up. Yep.
in down at a club day.
Correct.
You don't realise
Yep.
how much money
No, you
is
don't,
tied up
you're
down there.
right. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
You know, when you look at something like that, it'll probably cost you what was that?
1,500, something like that.
Yeah, a bit more maybe.
Maybe
Probably
$2,000.
$2,000, $2.5 grand to
grand,
get
yep.
everything done. So it's when you see 4 of them, there's 10 grand.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy, isn't it?
It comes up pretty
good. Yeah.
pretty good. So
Mate, I've got 2 more cars in the shed. A couple of new members coming through.
okay,
Excellent.
I got one for KIA, Philip in Sydney. So
yeah.
Yep.
they're all near on completed. So
So you've got a few.
been
cars.
busy off season, but it's
Yeah.
only been short. But we've done a lot of stuff in between.
It's only just started. That's the thing. The off season's only just started.
Yeah.
So, but the worst thing is, the start of the season's been around real quick.
I know, it's
So,
scary.
just
God.
getting everything
So much
ready.
to do. Yep.
So that's a basic of what the insides of a sprint car is and a quarter scale sidecar. You come down the track and see these running next season, and there should be some good competition. So that chassis that we're looking at there was Greg Cowie's brand new car.
Good. Yep.
So that'll be up and running for the new year, the new season. So, go away. Look, Jeff Booth back again.
He's got a question. Far away, Jeff.
Fire away, Jeff.
Mate, if we get enough interest from the sidecars, we'll run them at the titles.
Oh, okay.
You're on.
that
You're
puts,
on.
that just puts the pressure on Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff,
Mate, we've got one over here and we've got it going well.
And can you send some videos of it? We'd love to see it if you can.
We have it, yeah. We've been doing some testing. It's Brian Hunt's one. Someone else built it and got out of the sport.
It's not the one from South Australia.
No, it's a Sydney guy built it.
Okay.
He ran it a couple of times. We've run it a couple of times around the track. Brian and I have been working on trying to get the balance of it right. We've had to put a little bit more weight on the chair area to sort of balance it out. But it was going well down through the corners. It was really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But every time you'd get it on the straight, it would get up on its 2 wheels. The trike would come off the off the ground. So we've had to put a bit of weight on it. We haven't had a good chance to try it. So that will come.
So as you say, Jeff's got a little guider wheel, or whatever they call it, on the bottom, on the inside there, just to give it a bit of support. As you said,
Well, we've added a bit of weight into the chair to sort of keep it down for going on the straights, but through the corners it was going quite well. So we're just playing around. We haven't had a test of it since we put some weight into the chair to sort of keep it down on the straights. Which we will be doing very soon.
Okay. So if
But that's built. It's done it up as a 60s style sidecar, which was Doug Robertson in Sydney. You might have heard of Doug Robertson, was an Australian champion and all that. So he likes the Robson, and same as I did. We've gone with the Robson colours. And
okay. So if you did get if you got 6 entries for the for the Australian title, would it be a class, or would it be just an invitational type of?
No, we'll run it as a championship.
It would be a championship race. Okay.
We've got a set of rules, which is basically, I think, a copy of most of everyone that was running, sidecars.
Yep.
So it's running a 23 in it, as long as it's running a 23. Yeah, basically.
Okay. So it'd be a.
And they're all. It seems as though everyone's built them the same.
Mine's actually
basic rule set.
The old rules.
Yeah, that's what.
Our rules to run a little bit longer wheelbase.
Well, you can run a longer wheelbase. We can work on something together and come up with something. And why not?
No worries.
Good on you.
Okay then. Well, thanks for letting us know that, and that'll certainly throw a few.
Well, it created an interest, and as I heard, you've got about half a dozen over there. So, mate. Now you guys have got to get your ass into gear, excuse my language, but you got to get yourself into gear and get across here.
Jeff's got to
forcing the issue.
Jeff's got to go home.
Jeff's got to go home and get in his workshop and get moving.
Well, we had 6 of them on the track. That'd be magic to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Good on you, Jeff.
So if you
wanted us an Australian champion, mate, we've got it in our rule book. We can work on that. And we'll do some dispensations for different sizes and all that sort of thing. Well, why not?
Not a problem. Okay.
Australian Championship.
Yeah. Okay then, Jeff, thanks for the call and thanks for letting us know that, and that'll certainly open up a few eyes over here.
Good on you.
No worries.
See
Thanks,
you,
Jeff. Catch you, mate. See ya.
Hang on, Chief. I just pat him down. He's starting to sweat a little bit here.
Yeah.
I've only been 3 years. Come on, Jeffrey, pressure's on
That's
now.
amazing.
Oh, have you put an order in?
Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it? Just a bit of talk about it. And it's
that's
just,
right.
It just
Can take off, can't it?
just opens up things up.
That'd
so,
be awesome if it does happen.
Yeah, well, we
Never know.
It'd be quite good. Even
Yep.
if it didn't happen this year, it might happen next year. You never know.
Yep.
So it's just it was good to see.
The main thing is getting wheels, so we just need someone to order wheels because I don't have the PayPal or anything like that.
Nah, Jeff's
God, very old school.
Very
It's
old.
the 21st, 22nd century. You know that, Jeffrey? Don't you?
Yeah.
I'd rather send the letter than direct debit.
Or send a check.
It's in the mail.
Yeah, so
That's interesting.
It was good.
It'd be. Well, Dale asked me to go to Sydney. I didn't want to get stuck with COVID.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
we're all the
I
same.
didn't
we're all in the same boat.
Didn't want to play the wild card,
Yeah.
the chance card. So
But
they're lucky it paid off
hopefully
for him. But
within the next 3 or 4 months, it might get better again. So things might get better, and it seems to be going okay now. But it's just one case, and you just don't know. Everyone seems to be getting the jab, so hopefully we'll sort it all out.
I also just want to congratulate Dale on Storm Race Cars from another builder to another builder. Top job.
Yeah.
He put his neck on the line to go, and that's what you got to do to win.
The Stormy cars.
He's
first
lucky
and
he
second.
come through. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well done.
So well done to Dale and his own chassis. There's nothing better than driving your own chassis to a championship win. Certainly makes it good for everybody. Yeah. So
Greg's back in the
yeah.
seat
So thanks Jeff for
you,
for all the insights on the 2 separate classes, and you've obviously opened up a can of worms now, and caused a bit of interest in the.
Pressure's on now, Chief.
The pressure is on. It's good to see it.
It is good.
Good to open things up like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, turn my microphone off. That's all right. So that was just a insight on the 2 classes that Jeff has been working on lately. So hopefully, so now we've got. I don't know what this is, but it's Showtime's Tit Tips.
Tips, not tits. Tips,
Oh.
but it is. Actually, I think I need to get rid of my training one. I might have to borrow one of yours, Chief. I think.
Yeah, good on you.
All right, so a little bit of some tips that I've.
That's what you sent me.
Oh, did I?
Greg's tit bits.
Oh, okay. I
Tit
meant
tips.
tips. Okay, tips, not tits. although does feature quite often. So look, a couple of little tips for you young rookie Speedway people. That little screw there, which is Allen key, is from a bar jar, off one of the bar jar wheels, and that fits, a beadlock screw, fits exactly into your, on the, no, not on the servo, Jeffrey, on your throttle linkage that goes into the carby. You've got a screw normally, which is terrible, and they're hard to get in and out. They burr a little bit, so that actually fits perfectly in there. So you can get rid of that screw and put one of them in.
What's that? What's it on the carby?
Carby. So where it goes onto the linkage, onto the carby, the throttle.
Yep.
You just throw that away, put one of them in, and then you're done and dusted. You don't have any problems with different types of screws. So there's an interesting thing, Chief.
Very interesting.
You'll do that tonight. Now this is the next one. Now, do you know this, Chief? That these are your standard. This is actually a HPI. I was very lucky to find them online. I bought 3 lots, most of the last lots in WA or Australia. Now, when you put the balls in these, did you know they go one way?
Yes.
You did know. Which way do they go, Colin?
I don't know. That
No, you don't know. You're
one
bullshitting.
way.
They do go. So if you have a look, one's sort of concave. That way is concaved in a little bit, and that one usually has a little bit of a see that ring around it.
It's a lot flatter.
It's a lot flatter. It's got a little ring around it. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can actually see that's got a little ring around it. So that's where the ball goes in. So the ball goes in that way. You press it in, and then you turn it up. That is always on the bottom, and the little ring is always on the top. So there you go, and you won't have problems with them
I'm
coming
going
off.
to say, would that stop it from coming off?
It does, yeah, and they're designed for that.
Okay.
Yep. So if you do put them the other way and you try to pull them off all the time, you do burr that and makes them not any good. So there's another little tip for you, Chief. I'm going well, aren't I? Now here's another one.
I'm surprised you have time to find these.
I
tips out.
I know, Chief. Now this is a bar jar, not from Bar Jar Spares. So if I had I wouldn't have this problem. We bought these early on. I think Chief and I bought a set. These are Roven tyres, and they lasted me about 5 laps. And I don't know. Let me have a look here, Chief. Have a look. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what happened after about 4 or 5 laps.
They started to split.
They split, and look how thin that rubber is.
Oh, yep.
Terrible.
Nothing
So
there.
they're hopeless. So do yourself a favour. Go and see Bar Jar Spares, which I did today. I've ordered 2 sets.
Tit racing.
From tits. There they go. There's that word again. We love them. The tits. Get some tits. So if you get bigger than mine. So you get them from Wiggy, $35 a pair. They won't be like this. They'll last you forever. You won't have that problem. And
also, what about the inserts?
he does inserts as well. Yep.
They're not a bad looking insert too, I think.
Yeah, no, they're good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've ordered a fair bit of gear off my friend Wiggy. So don't buy the old cheap Roven ones. Go and see Wiggy. Get the proper tit ones. They'll last you forever, and they're great tyres. And the last one, my last little tip is from Pit Tit. Is that Pit Tit? See, tits. Everything's about tits today, isn't it? Okay, if you go on to PETIT Racing, they actually got a bar jar set-up sit sheet. And this is really good. For any guys that are just starting out, do yourself a favour. Oh, I'm sounding like that guy on, what's his name? I don't know, wherever he used to come anyway. So do yourself a favour, download that. It's got everything you want to know about racing, spring setup, if it's a stiff front, what it does, a soft rear, the car's moving steering, especially in the middle of the part of the exit of the corner. Front springs are too soft and can be made to hook up and spin. A lot of stuff on there. It's really good, well worth having a look at.
So what's that website? Is that off a website?
It's off a website, so it's PETIT.race, RC, sorry.
Okay, .rc.
Yeah, .rc.
.com,
Yep.
or-
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really good. There's 5 pages that tells you about dampening, casting, mounting your shocks, roll centre, camber, toe. It's got here front toe stabilises the car in straights. Tells you what they do as well, and when you got toe in, toe out. Ride heights. It's got everything on there. It really is good. Pistons. What different small holes, big holes, pistons. So really do look at that, guys. It really is very interesting. And if you want to get better, read that, learn it, and you'll get a lot better at your racing.
So it just tells you basically how to set up and what
Tells
it does.
you all the different setups. So
like
what
cast the camber,
what it does, what the toe out does, makes your car
come into a
come
corner,
to
go out of a corner, mid corner.
Yep.
Okay,
So
that's
it tells you everything about it. It's
Pretty helpful,
very, very interesting.
helpful sheet. So.
Yep.
But So no, that's good to
Yeah, good to know, isn't it?
good to know. And if you need anything to find on the internet, this guy's the man to ask because I think he spends
I do.
three quarters of his day on there. He
I know all the spots.
he knows every hobby shop in the world, so he knows where to buy it. What
I do.
And he still can't get.
That's why I've mostly got no money, Chief.
That's exactly right.
But I had fun. I
But
enjoyed
he
myself.
Has fun enjoying
Yeah.
himself. So RC rumours final.
Oh, rumours.
You
Now
got
we've-
rumours,
yeah,
have
I've
you
got
got?
some rumours,
Oh
Chief.
Jesus! This
There
could
is
be
rumours.
worrying.
Rumours about speed cars.
Speed cars.
Yes, I've heard rumours. Now, rumour has it, some cars aren't legal.
Oh, come on.
No,
can't be controversial.
I
are ya?
am. I'm controversial. Now I checked mine today, Chief, and mine's legal. I don't know if yours is. I'll be getting the tape out when we're finished. Just a little rumour, boys. Make sure you check your tyre, your width of your tyres. Now let me have a look. Not the width of the actual tyre. What am I trying to say here, Chief?
The width of the
Width of the
the-
wheelbase.
wheelbase.
Front wheelbase is 425 millimetres, not 426, and the rear is 450. Now mine measured on the front was 420, so I was there, and the rear mine was 438.
Okay, and do you run a stock car?
A stock car, that's right. But if you put added hubs on and bigger wheels, you might be over 450. So check that. Hate to see you get black
Okay.
flag, Chief.
Did
You
you
never know.
where that rumour come? Like what?
I can't tell my sources. I get sources
Is it
from everywhere.
A rumour,
It's a rumour,
but it's actually a rule.
it's a rumour that cars aren't legal, but it is a rule.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm glad. Thank you for telling me about it, Chief. No, Chief didn't tell me, but I keep my ears to the ground. So check your cars. Another little one. Another little rumour.
Oh no.
Yes.
The late model one.
Bodies. Now, did you know the thickness? Do you know what thickness of your body has to be?
Nothing over 2 mil, I think, isn't it?
No. So plastics 3 mil, aluminium's 1.2 mil. Jeffrey, 1.2. Yep.
What is that?
And yes,
What's 1.2 mil? Is that normal?
That's aluminium.
That car there,
1
mil.
1 mil.
Okay, so is that
Yep.
what you normally make your panels out of?
Yep.
For all your speed cars and stuff.
Some
like
guys don't though.
Okay.
And fiberglass is 3 mil. So
that? See, that make a pretty heavy car.
no, some are more heavier than 3 mil. Yeah. So
Oh, okay. Is that for the whole car?
correct. Yep.
So if you make a nose,
Yep. It's got to be 3 mil.
it's got to be nothing over 3 mil.
No.
So you can't make
Which
a
I
big,
don't think my late model was. I'm sure some spots are about this thick. So there you go. You know, that's the rules. The rules.
Was that after your good fiberglassing?
I'm very good. Anyone who wants some fiberglassing, come and see me. You can see it usually falls off in the middle of the track. It's not very nice, Chief.
No, it wasn't.
Guido was taking the PW15 out of me as well.
So,
Nasty people.
rules
So
are
there you go.
right.
So
Jeremy Briggs,
check your
rules
speed
are
cars.
right. So,
Yep.
so
Make sure.
check all the speed cars and check
Yep.
check everything. Just check everything against the
That's
rule
right.
book.
It's
Not
surprising.
like we're not saying that people are cheating, but we're just saying
And I'll give you an example. When Scotty said about the tyres weren't the right width, he could have blown me away with a feather.
when we change
You
to
just
the
don't
Mad
check
Max
it. So
tyres.
why over winter? Check all your car, get the rule book out, check your measurements, make sure it's all spot on. No one has any issues then.
No, that's right.
Yep.
And the rules are there in black and white.
And everyone's playing the same
So,
playing field. So that's more
playing field,
important.
that's right, exactly.
Yep.
It's not that hard to.
No.
Because I've heard a couple of things from America with these American. Because I was looking at buying an American late model
Yep.
body,
Yeah,
but I heard
they are
a
too
rumour
wide.
that they are
Yeah.
too wide to run on our track.
I believe so. I don't know
So,
myself, but yeah.
I
No, think
tried
so.
messaging a guy over, but he's closed his shop down. He
Oh, has he?
yeah, that
which
Big
one?
Kev went to his shop one day.
Oh, right.
Probably
okay.
a while ago now. He had
Oh,
some
okay.
smick-looking late models there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they do beautiful.
And
Late
they
models
said
are magnificent.
he said that he was making the bodies,
Okay.
but I think the video was about a year and a half old. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
with COVID
Yeah.
hitting, he
Yeah.
he said
I
he-
actually spoke to Kev too, and I was trying to get some bodies here, but he wanted something like ridiculous $250, I think, to get them here. So,
US, just to get the bodies here.
bodies here. I thought,
And then on top of
it's not
that.
worth it. Yeah, it's crazy,
yeah,
mate.
so, but
Yep.
so that's what I've heard. That
Yep.
so just be aware if you're thinking of buying
Buying,
bodies
yeah,
out
exactly.
of America.
Yep.
Just make sure you get the exact measurements on them,
Measurements,
because
yep.
nothing worse than
No,
getting them here and
that's
they're too wide and you can't cut them
Yeah,
up.
and especially you go to the Australian Championships, there's just as likely someone sees it and they'll ping you.
they'll
So
just drop you in a box and say
Yep.
doesn't fit.
No,
That's it.
most of them over there, they do have boxes to put your cars in, so
So everything's
Yep.
fits.
So
If it
there-
fits,
yep.
it fits. If it doesn't, you're out.
you're out. See you later, and it's a long way to go.
It's yes or no. It's either yes
No,
or no.
there's no ifs or buts. It's legal
ifs
or not
buts
legal.
about it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and that's the way to do it because the boxes are set size.
Set
You're not
size.
working on
Yep.
tape measures and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, well, there's a
There
couple
you
of
go.
couple
Couple of
of
rumours.
rumours from
That's
the
right.
and a couple of great little tips from Showtime's Titbits. Tips, something like that. He just loves them. That's her.
I do.
So the late model Summer Thunder Series, same old. We're just working on getting a few more sponsors on board to do that, and we've, as I said, Mike Oliver from Carra Hall, Mike and Jenny Oliver, the naming right sponsor of the series, and for Paul and Ellis Stubber for putting up
Yep.
that great drive,
it's amazing.
the passenger
Yep.
seat drive in the in Paul's 2-seater late model around the Motorplex as a prize, and that's a prize where anybody can win it. You don't have to win a race. You
No.
just go. You just got to enter the nomination. Nominate for the day.
Yep. Put your
thing
car
goes
in.
in a draw, and you can get your name. You don't have to win a race. You just
No.
got to be in. Just got to be in the nominations to
Yep.
to get a ticket into the draw.
Most probably 1 in 7, 1 in 8 chance of winning.
Yeah, so that's some pretty good
It's not
odds.
bad odds.
So
Yeah, that's great.
that should be a great prize, and hopefully we can get Paul to bring his car up for one round
Yes,
and then
yeah,
put it on display there.
Would be
And
great.
We'll see. I'll get on to Dale Clark because Dale Clark's good friend with Paul, and he's done all this negotiating. So well done to
Yeah.
Dale. He's doing a lot around
Oh,
the
he
club
does.
as well.
Yeah,
he comes
he's
up.
great.
He drives up from Bunbury
Yep.
just to do a few laps,
Laps,
or
yeah.
or just
Yep.
on the come up for last meeting and just done
Yep.
the timing,
Timing,
to
yeah.
see what happens in
Happens,
the timing.
yep.
That's another thing we got to find is another person
Timer.
to do timing.
Yeah. Hopefully we've got someone there, Chief.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
hopefully.
heard a couple of people that may.
So,
yeah, so that's great.
that'll be a good, another learning experience. The more people learn it, the more
Yeah.
people we got to
Yep.
not to rely on the same old people. So other than that, I think we've
Covered most things.
covered most things. Probably have another show in a couple of weeks,
Good.
and might talk about some speed cars or late models or
Yep.
where they're based up from and stuff
Yep.
like that. So
Right, that's good.
it's had a few viewers today. I got up to
Did we?
26 or
Oh,
one
did
stage.
we? Oh, that's good. Good
So
number,
it's
26.
Been very good, been pretty good. And once again, thanks to Jeff Booth from New South Wales for coming on tonight,
Yeah, well
and
done,
having a bit of
Jeffrey.
a chat and letting us know what's happening
Yep.
in New South Wales, and bit interesting with the. You've been there, I have
Yep.
been there
Oh,
for
it's great.
the hobby park.
Yeah,
whatever
it's
they
amazing
call
if you
it.
go there. It's quite good. They
And,
have those tether things, and mate, they fly. They do 100 and something miles an hour.
What are they actually?
They're tethered. They're like look like little toy cars about this big.
Yeah.
They're on a tether, and they start them, and they swim around, and they just.
Oh, okay. They just take
You hear
off.
them, they make a hell of a racket,
Yeah.
and they just go. If one never let go, to kill you.
Yeah.
Serious,
Oh,
they
okay.
do. I think they look. I may be lying, but I think they do over 100 miles an hour.
Jesus.
They really fly.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They have like our Speedway. They have
Yeah.
championships and
Yeah.
track records and
Oh,
world
okay.
records.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're very precise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they've got down to the 10th degree. You know.
Yeah.
10th,
okay,
yep,
so it'll
yeah.
be an
They
interesting
tune their
thing to see.
motors and yeah, it's
Oh,
quite
yeah, so
amazing.
hopefully their new complex.
Complex, yeah, it's the
takes
first I
off.
heard, so that's good. See, we
And,
learned something tonight, Chief.
Yeah,
I didn't
hopefully
know
it
that.
takes off and they
Yep.
can. When I was speaking to him yesterday, he reckoned. I think he said they got 25 acres there now,
Yeah,
and he reckons the new place they've got likely to get 50 acres, so
Yeah,
they
it's
can
amazing.
just go bigger and better,
bigger and better.
with
Yeah,
everything. So,
yeah, quite incredible.
but that's how things change.
It always
It's-
amazes me when you see big states like Victoria, New South Wales, and little old WA, and we mostly have more cars
Yeah.
pro rata. Well, we have more cars pro rata,
Yeah.
but more cars full stop.
Yeah.
It's quite amazes me. You think, God, you think over there they'd have twice as many
Yeah,
cars,
exactly.
but they don't.
Especially
Yeah,
the amount of
so,
people around there.
yeah,
so.
we're very passionate over about our speedway.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's good. So just like to thank everybody tonight for tuning in. I think we had a good viewer audience now, and just thanks to everybody who put their 2 bobs worth in. Thanks to Jeff again. Thanks to
well
Jeff
done, Jeffrey.
Headington for
Over, Jeffrey.
giving us an insight into quarter car racing. There he is.
He needs to get home now and start
Yeah,
doing my
and-
sprint car.
and start getting some sidecars on the track.
It's sidecars. Pressure's right on, poor
Yes,
man.
So you'll have to
That's great.
keep out and get out there and do a bit more welding and stuff. So with it-
Just before we finish, do you know they actually have got a a spot where they can do the starting grid for the bikes. Rimmer had put it in. There's a lead going across, and a little connection where they can connect up a starting
Starting
gate.
A starting gate.
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's all there. So there you go.
That'll be something to get someone technical to.
There's
to sort
Alistair. Where is he?
to
Get
sort it
Alistair
out.
onto that.
Alistair or Les
Yep.
or somebody.
Yep.
They'll be able to sort it out.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to have a couple of practice sessions in the next couple of months or so.
Yeah. Weather permitting.
I'll say just remember to get down to the Busy Bee this weekend, and the and the AGM in about a month or so, just to put out expressions of how the club's
where
gonna
we
be
want
run
the
and stuff
direction.
like that.
Yeah.
A bit of direction. So
Yep.
thanks to all the committee and everything for what they do now, and it's been just a great night. So so thanks for you two guys for coming over tonight.
Thanks for having us, Chief.
And
we enjoyed it, Chief.
we'll catch you in a couple of
We
weeks.
can have a look. We've
We
got
can
hot
eat
pies.
we can eat our pies now and
Good. Relax.
have a couple more drinks and have a bit of a yarn. So hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll get somebody else over and we'll do have a bit more of a panel show and talk about what we talk about, quarter scale racing in Australia.
That's it.
So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll catch you at the track on the weekend, or I'll catch you on live in a couple of weeks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Anytime.